Minder star George Cole dies at 90, months after asking director to hurry up on final project because he wanted to make one more film before he died. Veteran actor George Cole celebrated his 90th birthday in April this year at Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading with family at his bedside. Had hoped to star in another film and had urged director to get a move on. Dennis Waterman described him as one of the nicest blokes in the world and said, "We loved working together." Veteran actor George Cole, best known as lovable rogue Arthur Daly from the TV series Minder, has died aged 90. Mr. Cole passed away in hospital with his wife and son at his bedside, following a short illness. His career has spanned more than 70 years, and before his death he had urged the director to get a move on, because he wanted to make one more film. Spencer Hawkins told how he had spoken to the veteran star last year to tell him the movie, Road Rage, had been delayed. "The last time I spoke to George was to let him know the movie had been delayed, and he said please get a move on. I would like to make another movie before I die," he said. "I am absolutely mortified." Cole is best remembered for his portrayal of small-time wheeler dealer and crook Arthur Daly in the TV show Minder, alongside his likable bodyguard Jerry McCann, played by Dennis Waterman. The show, which ran from 1979 to 1974, brought the criminal underworld of West London to millions of homes up and down the country. Paying tribute to Cole, Waterman said, "King hell, it's a long time we've known each other. He was just one of the nicest blokes in the world and we loved working together." In a statement, Waterman said, "I am so sad to hear of George's death. His family must be devastated, and I am absolutely certain that anybody who ever knew him will feel the same. I'm so grateful to have been a friend of this wonderful man. We worked together for many years and my boast is that we laughed all day, every day. He was an amazing man, a wonderful actor and besotted with his family. I had the privilege of spending Tuesday afternoon with him and Penny and, although very frail, his wit was as evident as ever. Farewell, old friend." It was understood his former co-star was informed of his death last night. Derek Webster, who represents Waterman, said, "It is with deep regret that I have to announce the sad death of one of our most loved and respected actors." George Cole passed away yesterday at the Royal Berkshire Hospital after a short illness. His wife Penny and his son Toby were with him at his bedside. Fellow stars of stage and screen have also paid tribute to the actor, describing him as immaculate and unforgettable. Sir Roger Moore said, "Oh, sad to hear George Cole has gone to that great cutting room in the sky. A lovely actor. A gentleman." Little Britain comic Matt Lucas said he lived in Cole's old home, writing on Twitter, "When I found out that George Cole used to live in our flat, I dug out my old Minder poster." He added, "He was such a fan of Minder that me and my friend Nick infiltrated the set in 1991 and got ourselves on screen in The League of Gentlemen." And Doctor Who star Mark Gatiss said, "A fond farewell to the marvelous George Cole. Immaculate as the young Scrooge, joyous as Flash Harry, unforgettable as Arthur Daly. R.I.P." Born in 1925, Cole, who was adopted as a baby and grew up in Morden, South London, began his career in musical theatre when he left school, before getting his break in films in the 1940s. As a 14-year-old he was taken in by comedy star Alastair Sim and his wife Naomi, who became a second mother to him, and Cole went on to star in a series of films and theatre shows with the Scottish star. Cole appeared in the 1943 film The Demi Paradise opposite Laurence Olivier and in Olivier's film version of Henry V the following year, before serving with the Royal Air Force from 1944 to 1947. His role as the Spiv Flash Harry in 4 of the St. Trinian's films in the 1950s proved an early prototype for his Arthur Daly character, and he played the character Flavius in the 1963 epic Cleopatra, opposite Elizabeth Taylor, Richard Burton and Rex Harrison. During the 1970s Mr. Cole became a sought-after actor and regularly appeared on both the big and small screen. He first appeared with his Minder co-star Dennis Waterman in the 1971 film Freight. Just 8 years later they were cast together in the hit show Minder. Cole, single quote, "S character, an ambitious but feckless small-time crook, spent each episode dreaming up another get-rich-quick scheme while avoiding the attentions of the police in the form of Patrick Malahide's Mr. Chisholm, and the never-seen but often mentioned single quote indoors." It was one of the most popular programs of the decade, garnering around 17.5 million viewers at its peak. In 1983 its stars even entered the charts with their duet "What Are We Gonna Get" single quote indoors, which reached number 21. Waterman eventually left the show, with Gary Webster stepping into the role for the last two series. Minder eventually came to an end after 15 years and 107 episodes because Cole wanted to spend more time with his own single quote indoors, his wife Penny M. Cole, who was awarded an O.B.T. by the Queen for services to drama in 1992. Was twice married. In January last year Mrs. Cole told how her husband had become deeply depressed after becoming embroiled in a dispute with a neighbor. She was said to have become sick with worry about a sawmill being built next to her home in Henley-on-Thames, Oxfordshire. "This is the last thing we need. It has made us both unwell," Mrs. Cole said. "George has fallen and knocked himself and he is on hefty medication for other health problems. This is shaking what he values."